Play them, bro. Bro, it's the ultimate cheat. Listen, as far as cheat codes go, yeah, I know I've given you mad cheat codes, but this is the ultimate cheat code that like consciousness gives us. When you lock into frequency, right, your whole life becomes one giant play. When I say one giant play, it works on both levels. It works as almost kind of like a drama, because not a drama as a negative drama, but it works as if it's like a play and you're an actor, but you know that it's like a scene in a play and you're just playing your role. That's one level. And the next level is everything becomes play, as in it's enjoyable. Your life just becomes enjoyable. It's pleasant. You want to be alive, because you just being alive is you being you. You're expanding, yeah. You're shining your light. You're not doing something you don't want to do. You know, when you're doing something you don't want to do because of a story you believe, you're not even here. Okay? You're not even here. You're 15 steps in a dream. 15 levels of a dream. Yeah, completely asleep. It sounds crazy, bro. Hold on. Yeah, so it's almost like resistance comes, you create resistance, right? Because of fears or traumas, yeah, you create them. So when the resistance comes, it's your opportunity to navigate it better than last time, yeah, and not approach it with fear. You're supposed to just go through it, or let it go through you. Either way, doesn't matter. Nothing sticks. It's not yours to hold. So you go through it and that's it, yeah. But resistance does form sort of like mazes, so you have to go through it in a way, yeah. It affects your physical, no problem, but it's fine. It's only resistance. Don't fall asleep in that dream, yeah, because if you fall asleep in that dream whilst you're going through the meandering process and you start getting scared, you start doing this, that means what are you doing? You're creating, okay? So whatever you're creating that moment, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to happen down the road, isn't it? Because you are putting pictures onto that screen. So they go, you create them, and by the time you come out of that resistance and happy days, cool, you're back to you have another resistance, because resistance is born out of the flesh, yeah, or out of fear. Boom, creates it again. Like leapfrog, now it's in front of you again. You have to go through the whole thing. Ascend it better. Oh, I'm afraid. That's what you're doing. Ascension in a nutshell. That's what you're doing, bro. So maybe the all isness of all isness realizes that it has a defect called fear, yeah. Or maybe not even a defect, because it's perfect. It's not it's not a defect. Let me word this correctly. It's not a defect. There are no defects in the all, yeah. The all is perfect, sublime, is perfect, yeah. God is great, trust me. God is like supremely magnificent, intelligent. It fits every level. What it is I think we are here just to learn to control our gaze, control our perspective, and how to create like deliberately. I think that's what this experience is about. I think we're infants in the grand play. I think in baseline reality we're children. This level of our awareness is childlike, I think. Yeah. And I think because there are three modes, there's masculine, feminine, and the neutral, which is the infant. I've spoken about this. Those three aspects, just like there are the three aspects of the energy, you know, life, light, and sound. It's like threes. The thing works in some strange way. Now, even with, yeah, so many things. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, and because we see them in our reality, it stands to reason that in baseline reality, it's the same. But I think that we are children that are, because parenting is such a big part of life here rather than childhood. I think it's to teach us to actually be grown-ups. It's to teach us to evolve. Think about it. The most you spend in childhood is what? How many years? And the rest of the time you're learning to be grown up. Bro, this is life facts, bro. So we are children in the energetic landscape, and we have to learn how to be adults, how to regulate our emotions, how to regulate ourselves, how to regulate our powers. There was someone, I've never seen him, he left a comment. He's a Jedi fully though, like fully. The way he talks, the way he gets it, bro. Yeah, man. Welcome. Take a seat, bro. So, yeah, man. And he said something. He said it's almost like the golden child, like the heir to a massive fucking kingdom, but he's only 8 years old. Yeah, so he needs guides. That's what he said in his comment. He needs guides. I want junk food and I want TV and I want Nintendo fucking right now. But his guides, even though he's more powerful than the guides, due to the power that's vested in the guides, which came from himself. When I say himself, it was the people that had the best interest for him, i.e. his higher reflections, his parents, yeah, his dad, whoever the king was, mom, whatever. Mom couldn't be a king, but came from the father, the family unit. They would have empowered people around him to say, right, as he grows up, if anything happens to us, you guys do this, but he's still the ultimate power, yeah? It's no different from me arming a CPU and say, okay, I'm an 8-year-old, but CPU, guide me, because I'm going in there, I'm blind, I don't know, and if I get reckless, I can destroy myself and stuff like that, so help me. I'm not going to remember any of this, but, whatever, I still have the power, but steer me right, yeah? Help me with synchronicities, with signs, pop up at the right time, be the right fucking symbol, leave a message on a fucking lorry, send me a text, give me a fucking whatever. Yeah, it's no different. It's the same premise, because that's the same thing that's happening. We just don't have the human words to articulate what's going on. So that's what we are. We are the kids, and we just have to learn how to grow up. And that's what ascension is. Because when you're afraid, you create more fears. Like a child that's afraid of fucking boogeyman under his bed. Our boogeyman is the devil and fucking whatever else. Yeah, you gotta realize there's nothing under there. And in fact, and the key, the one thing I've realized this, and I actually taught my kids. I said, like, you just have to come back into the room, yeah, come into the actual room in the present moment, yeah, and you realize that it's impossible for there to be a monster under your bed. Like, where your house is, where your road is, how whatever, where your bedroom is. How is a monster gonna come and then go through all of that, bypassing your mom, me, whatever, like whatever, to get to you? Come on, bro. And he was like, yeah. He was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, of course. You think I'm gonna sit here and let a fucking monster come and go and hide in your closet? Do you see? So once we get rid of fear, we'll have less resistance, actually, because there'll be less things to create from fear, because we will spend less time in fear. Because being in a heightened state of awareness is just like being in, you see how it is and you're aware of stuff. Being in fear has the same signature, because when you're in fear, you're in this, you're surrounded by it. And then you see when you're saying that, and then all that kind of stuff, you're just literally creating, bro. I wish you could see it from a metaphysical standpoint. You're literally just going, it's just coming out of you. Pictures, and it's just sticking on the fucking screen around you. You can't see it because your perspective is limited. You're just looking at tiny little smidgen of the whole thing. So yeah, bro. Yeah, I think that covers it. Yeah, man. What should we even title this one? Um, the river, the golden child, the fucking. I'll think of something. It just occurred to me, yeah, that you know how I always say that we are one thing, yeah, expressing in a multitude of ways, and I've shown you in a multitude of ways, yeah, still undefeated, bro. I'm gonna show you another way you can see the oneness of all things. Think about this, yeah. So we have rivers, right, and we name them, you know, as if like the water of that river is like it's all water, yeah. It's all water. But what you gotta realize is that water is pouring into the ocean, yeah. So then that river is constantly changing, yeah, wherever its source is. So even if its source is some underwater thing, whatever, that underwater thing and the ocean, they share water, yeah. So it's the same water that's just sloshing around, whether it's a lake, whether it's, you know, because the lake is always leaching into the soil and is being replenished by rain. So that lake is not even there. It's just water constantly changing. Same with rivers, springs. Every water body is the same. They're constantly changing. They're constantly changing. They're not the same. The river you saw yesterday is not the same river 2 minutes later. But it's the same water. Do you see? It's constantly changing as one thing, but it's constantly changing. So water's constantly changing from rain to a river, and it pours into the ocean. Now it's ocean, and the ocean. Even how do we even separate the oceans? Like it's one giant thing that's water just slushing around. Some are like darker blue, some are lighter blue, some are turquoise, whatever. Maybe it's to do with whatever. It's not actually relevant. The fact is, it's just water. They might have unique properties or whatever in concentrated areas or whatever, but ultimately it's water. It does the same thing. Yeah? So it's just changing states. Just like you are just one life and it's just changing states, bro. You might be a raindrop today, you might be a lake today, you might be a pond or whatever. You're not separate, you're not the pond, you're the whole thing. You're just there making noise. And at the same time, the ocean supports life, rivers support life, lakes, all of them pretty much support life, bro. All water supports life, including ours. And we're said to be 70% water, right? So this ever-changing thing, which we've just discussed, bro, this ever-changing thing resides inside of you. And you're also ever-changing because you're also even replacing that water and changing it all the time. You're getting thirsty, it's getting used up, you change it, you know? If you can't see how what I'm telling you, because what it is this, bro. Even what I just described to you, right? If you're to listen to it again with like fresh ears and just think about what you believe about the world you thought you lived in, right? And how you came from the Big Bang or Allah, whatever made you, yeah? But yet, everywhere you look, you see oneness, oneness, oneness. And at the same time, I've just explained to you that even water demonstrates that, and you also demonstrate that. So you are even part of that very same water cycle in your own way, because it's constantly changing. You don't replenish, you don't play your role in the cycle, you're gone. Isn't that true? The problem with illusions and dreams is you underestimate and you underrate certain things. You kind of think, oh well, like, have you actually stopped to think about what water actually is? Like, what it is. H2O. Humans are so goofy. H2O. Okay. Like, even from that perspective, from a chemical standpoint, these two chemicals come together at this level and create this thing. And this thing is this one thing. It just is constantly changing. It's like a venom type creature. Bro, that it can turn into anything. It can freeze, it can come down as snowflakes because it's still water. Come down as rocky, like fucking things. Still water, bro. You know, the river's not the same river. It's constantly changing. So really, river should be called wherever its source, yeah, expressing through that hole. Yeah, so it should be source expressing through this hole pouring into the ocean at that point. That's what you also are. You are source expressing through that person who was born over there. That is this person, and he's going to die at that point. He's going to lose the physical at that point. He's going to change forms at that point. Okay. That's what you are. That's what you are, bro. Even from a common sense standpoint, you're 70% water. The argument is done. You can't argue beyond this point. Bro. Before we actually get to the fucking nuts and bolts of it, how hydrogen and oxygen can fuse together due to a big bang that started out of nowhere, and somehow this magical liquid has an intelligence that it knows how to, it knows the landscape. It can deduce the landscape. Bro, do you know the level of intelligence you have to have as a liquid to do that? Bruv, don't fuck with me, bro. Let me just give you the facts, bro. Do you know the level of intelligence you have to be able to assess the landscape and know the path of least resistance and take it and make that calculation in super quick time, almost instantly? Bro, you can keep changing the path in real time and water will adjust. But they'll say, I don't know what I'm talking about. Bro, so this intelligent thing, if it can do that, it knows the path of least resistance. It finds its level, so you don't live on a ball, fuckers. That's also intelligence. Like, even that alone, sidebar, let me just, yeah, please, Jedis, just bear with me for 10 minutes, please. Anybody that believes they live on a ball, yeah, knowing what I just said about water and its properties and its inherent intelligence and design, yeah, and properties, right? And to think that you live on a ball that is traversing through space, right, at gazillion miles an hour, right? And you came from a big bang that created this said thing in the first place, right? And this thing has an intelligence to be, you know, doing all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it knows how to find this level. So if it knows how to find this level, there could never be a lake on a spinning ball. There could never be a lake on a spinning ball, ever. Ever. Because a lake being present on a spinning ball and water having the intelligence to find this level are two opposing thoughts. They are literally 180 degrees apart. Do you understand? So if you accept both premises in your mind and believe, you can't even accept both, because then by accepting both, that doesn't mean that, it means that you're not aware of reality. Yeah. So you weren't aware of reality. Yeah. You couldn't have been. You couldn't have been. You're too smart. You couldn't have been, because if you were aware of reality, you would have never believed that. It's a total nonsense, bro. All right, I'm back. So that's what it is. So water's linked completely as one unit, just changing forms all the time. Every waking second is changing forms. Then, you know, even the tides go in and come in. That in itself is telling you about the oneness and this constant change. The waves, constant change. The river, constant change. The lake is not stationary, bro. And it's something's happening somewhere. So it's leaking into the thing. Yeah, bro. And water's leaking into it as well. Constantly. So the river's not even the same river, bro. And the lake or none of that shit, bro. So that in itself shows that if as within, so with, okay, cool. So whatever's internal is what's seen on the external. So therefore, if we're 70% this material that's constantly changing, then we are 70% change. It's agreed. It's agreed. It's agreed. This is almost like a decree, really. It's like, you can't argue with this, bro. Ever. Ever. So just by that admission alone, we nicely kind of come to the awareness that, oh, I'm actually not a human being. I'm 70% change. Even going through the rigmarole of the scientific method and the make-believe stuff. Because how much make-believe can you make-believe, bro? Anybody that's been, that's done lying and shit, how much can you lie? You lie 2, 3, 4, now you start like crashing into yourself and stuff like that. Because your ultimate truth. That's why you start crashing into yourself, bro. Trust me, I used to have like girls on the go and all that kind of shit, bro. Like, you forget the maddest things. And then you lie about this and she's asking you and like, do you understand? Yeah, bro. Because your truth itself. You can't retain the lie. You have to literally keep feeding it. Because it's actually not fundamentally part of you. So yeah, so you can believe you're an ape man and all that kind of stuff. That's cool. That's your life, bro. But here we do the heavy lifting. We're being made aware of the mysteries, So yeah. Rivers give it away completely. Completely. Rivers and lakes and all water bodies, they give it away. And water itself is such a magnificent thing. People talk about, oh, nuclear war is a danger. Let all the water in the world, like, even change its properties and become undrinkable. Everybody's dead. It has an intelligence, remember? Yeah. So chill out. Chill out, bro. I mean, Jedis, they know the deal, Other people, not so much, And I know it's hard to let go of the control, You might have to go back a little bit, The information's all there, bro. And then you start to see, bro. All right? High level shit, bro.